Let's start here with the exterior. You get some updates here for this face and also light updates. Here there's light strip going all the way through from left to right. At the moment it's a little bit darkened out still. It will be brighter later on in the final version. You still have some kind of camo wrap here. And this is a lighting foil. See, it glows a little bit. It's the same technology that is used here on watches that you can see the arrows and so on at night. And also the main headlamp unit now HD matrix LED, 38,400 micro LED overall, and also the signature 1, 2, 3 element signature. The last one is a little bit hidden still here, but it will look a little bit modern than overall in the front. And as I said, this one here being the Touareg R, the top sporty model with 462 horsepower. And with these new lights, you can even project things on the ground, like a lane guidance at night, for example, like we know from the Mercedes S-Class. The length remains at 4.88 meters or 192 inches. However, technology changes for the suspension. They now use a roof weight sensor. You can put up to 100 kilograms on that roof. And when there is the weight on the roof, the ESC, the electronic stability control or program, is set more on a safety tone, drawing everything back. When there's no weight on the roof, like now, then the ESC can be set on a sporty tone, ruling later. So overall enabling a wider span between sportiness and comfort. That is better for the driving dynamics, and they also changed something of the steering input. Wheels, by the way, today 22-inch wheels, winter tires, the biggest ones available. But you can also get 21-inch wheels, performance tires, performance wheels. These are actually the set from the Porsche Cayenne, from the front axle. The Cayenne used mixed tires, front and rear. And here they decided then to go for the Cayenne front wheels then for all the tires. Very interesting. In the rear, you can see also the tail lamps are still hidden a little bit. There will be more lighting signature going on. But you can already see the biggest news is illuminated VW logo in the rear, and it will even be allowed in Germany, where the regulations are usually a little bit stricter as for lighting regulations. Very interesting. And towing capacity will still be 3.5 tons. Engine setup, either the 3-liter V6 TDI or the 3-liter V6 TSI as pure petrol engine, 340 horsepower, or here then as the plug-in hybrid, either with a lower horsepower spec or the top horsepower spec in the Touareg R, 462 horsepower. Then you have the combined power from the combustion engine and the electric motor. The battery remains at 14 kilowatt hours net, so there are no major changes to the engine lineup. Car key, rather long actually. Then door closing sound. Very solid, as we know from the Touareg. Then updated inside door materials. You can see the top part here, it's softer now, and also has this blue contrast stitching, so that looks a little bit more premium. Quilting style here at the inside of the doors as well. And this the Touareg R interior, for example, also with a special entry badge. At the moment they're still covered in this foil. And these are also the Touareg R seats here with the stitching also on the head restraint. So far, no alternative to the animal skin material still for the Touareg. Seating position, as we know from Touareg, upright, comfortable, everything you might wish for, and headroom with 189 or 602 is enough, even though this one here is equipped with the panoramic roof, which still also has a real button to open, and yeah, it goes really wide, pretty cool indeed. Touareg R steering wheel, here with the badge in the lower part, perforated sides and illuminated buttons here at the steering wheel, however hashtag capacitive BS. Interior overview, you can have here these blue contrast stitches in Touareg R, also soft touch material on the top, and then you have this 15-inch screen. The size remained the same, but there is now a software update, soon more to that. Here the ambient lighting integration. And in the lower part right here you have a lot of space, and now USB-C chargers and cup holders with ambient lighting around. And this material here in between has changed. It has a more matte appearance now. And very important while driving, here at the middle console you have this knee bolstering now, so it's a little bit softer, right here, that when your knees are touching it, it's actually just more comfortable. It's a very good idea. Digital instruments, you can also have a bigger map view, and we are indeed here on a frozen lake filming for you. Infotainment system here in the close-up, This is the climate control here, and you have some visual changes as well. This is like a home menu, but then you can have the bigger, or in the top part, this is new. It has a more, let's say, simplified app view. Yeah, probably they won't win the prize with the software here, but at least you also get an update when you get the facelift. Here in the lower part, by the way, seat heating. So yeah, this could all be done a little bit easier, I think. Also here for the temperature, for example. Yeah, there are definitely easier solutions for that. And in the rear, of course, always good comfort as well. Pretty dark in here now because of this camo wrapping. Interesting, of course, that you can always change the rear bench here in a 2/3, 1/3 split. There we go. Yeah, maybe because everything is so freezing cold here, or below freezing actually. So always good comfort in the rear. There is some legroom left, of course, not best usage of space, but for rear passengers here also good traveling comfort as always. And headroom, no problem with this panoramic roof. And sometimes I like to show you the trunk when it's actually full of stuff, that you can see it can house full of stuff actually. The plug-in hybrid, you can get this, this cable box here, for example, and then you lose some height, but more or less well usable still.